Hey guys, it's been a while. We do apologize for the hiatus, but we are back. And we had a really cool idea to give you guys some reflections as freshly turned 40 this year, the both of
Woo.
us. So, as we were just kind of brainstorming on we can give what we can give you guys, it's like, you know what? Why don't we give some reflections of what we have learned through our 40 years?
Yay. And happy belated birthday to the man, the man of the hour.
And the woman of the hour.
Well, mine was in January, so
It doesn't matter.
yours was just a few days ago. 5 days ago, to be exact.
It's okay.
Happy birthday, babe.
Thank you, Mama. Happy belated to you too.
How was your birthday celebrations?
It was awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the awesome Jordans that you got me and setting up the surprise steak dinner.
I wasn't really surprised because it eventually came out.
It's okay. And then,
The boys, what did they give you?
oh man, the boys got me R34 Skyline Lego set.
Mm-hmm.
That meant the world, bro. Because I know it's expensive. I think that thing's like $170 or $150. And you know, they're at their first or second jobs right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
my youngest makes $8 an hour. And the other one, I mean, he works on tips, but you know, it added so much weight to the price
Yep.
of the gift.
Yeah.
At least for me, I'm like, dang, it just felt like undeserved. It felt like, oh man, this is too much. You know?
Why?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt that way. Like this is too much. Like you did. It was like, oh, you didn't have to. You didn't have to give me this. I would have been perfectly happy with a card, or you know, something
Mm-hmm.
not that expensive.
They love you so much, so it comes from the bottom of their heart.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know it, and it was so special
Yeah.
because it was like, wow, man, these guys bought it with their own money,
Yeah.
with their own sweat. You know?
And a little bit like a backstory really quick of how they like leading up to your birthday. They I think it was Alec who started like a chat with him and his brother and myself, and we were planning like, well, what are you gonna give Dad, and we can go half on this, and I told him that I was gonna buy you the shoes that you liked them, and they're like, okay, I think it was when Alec had already bought the Lego set, and him and his brother obviously went half and half, and they messaged me like, well, um, like keep Dad busy, make sure that he doesn't seize. I'm gonna end up going to the store. I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna take it to my room. Just make sure that he doesn't see me. So we were like planning, but it was cool. Like
I was today
I don't
years
think
old.
I've ever.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, no. Surprise.
Wow.
But yeah, it's cool to that now I can plan these things with our 18-year-old and 19-year-old. It's cool. It's a
Yeah.
cool feeling.
Man,
Yeah.
feel special, dude. I feel loved.
You are
Truly.
loved. You are loved.
It was awesome. And then was receiving the texts from, you know, different people,
Family, friends, yeah.
family and friends. I just felt really loved.
Mm.
I don't know what 40 is supposed to feel like, but I feel really good. I feel really loved. I feel really happy. I feel really blessed.
Mm-hmm.
I have learned coming to, I guess, to kick off the reflections already
Mm-hmm.
of,
I think we kind of titled this episode. Well, I put reflection on turning 40, and you had something similar too.
yeah, reflections of a 40-year-old. I'm not coming at you guys as Gandalf from, you know, Lord of the Rings, all viejito with all the wisdom and stuff. Not like that. It's
No.
just,
I mean, somewhat here, but
A
Not
little,
completely.
yeah, nothing crazy. But yeah, no, guys, we just had an idea to say, hey, you know what? We've been through a little bit.
A
We've been
lot.
we've been through just a little bit, or a lot of it.
A lot of it.
And it's like, what can we share with you,
Mm-hmm.
and what can you learn from us? So we're gonna come at you kind of in a two-way. We're gonna um I guess the target audience for this episode is young adults, fresh out of high school, maybe turning 20, just kind of getting their life started per se.
Mm-hmm.
And also kind of like talking to our young selves.
Honestly, I think anyone,
Or yeah.
like anyone that's like, man, like what have I done with my life? If you're around our age, 40, or you're like, oh my gosh, for example, I'm not married yet, or I don't have my life together, I don't have kids, etc. And also, like you said, the youngins
Mm-hmm.
that just are about to graduate high school. I know there's a lot of graduations going on right now, high school, college, and it's like sometimes you're questioning. You're like, okay, is this the correct timeline? It's like there's no correct timeline. So we're gonna give you a little bit of our wisdom of what we've learned throughout the years, reflections. So
Yep. And
yeah.
by any means, please don't take this as we know it all. We
Mm,
absolutely don't.
yeah,
It's just I heard
personal.
I heard a very wise person say, experience is the best teacher as long as it's someone else's experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you learn from your own experience and your own mistakes, it costs you time and money.
Mm.
So, you want to kick it off, or you want me to just kick it off?
Yeah. I think we were kind of talking about it behind the scenes, and I know you covered it a little bit right now, where you said that you felt loved because your birthday just passed. Did you feel like any other way, like a little bit of like nostalgia or like sadness or a little bit of regret? Because, okay, wow, like time does pass you by so quick.
It really does.
And you're like, holy moly,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm already 40. I'm halfway to 80 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any of that thought process, any of that?
Mm,
Not thought process like that. Did any of those things go through your head?
mm, a little bit of everything that you said.
Okay.
Um, Definitely not sadness.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me. A little bit of regret of just, looking back in your life, looking back in my life and all the coulda, woulda, shouldas. You, at least me, I went down kind of memory lane a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and thinking a lot of mistakes that I made that I wish I could take back.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of moments in the boys' lives where I wish things were different. I could take, I wish I could get in a time machine and spend more time with them instead of chasing a dollar bill.
Yeah.
Which is one of the points that I'll touch on right now. But yeah, I plan to hit at least 100. So the way I see it, I'm not even at 50% done.
Oh yeah. No.
So I see it as a positive. I see
Mm-hmm.
it as, okay, I still have another 60 years of life.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to do with that?
Mm-hmm.
Who who can I help? Who can I add value to?
Mm-hmm.
And how many more people can I point to Jesus? Honestly, my focus on not evangelizing, like, standing on a street corner and preaching the word or nothing like that,
Mm-hmm.
but I really have had a heart. I feel like God has put that in my heart a lot to Matthew 28:19.
Mm-hmm.
You know, go out and make disciples. Um, Preach the gospel. Talk about your testimony tell people about Jesus.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing, at work a lot, talking a lot about Jesus and praying that God uses me in some way, shape, or form
Mm-hmm.
to reflect Him. And what my pastor said really hit me, and it's never gonna leave my mind, I think,
Mm-hmm.
is when people see you, the world, people that are in the world, not
Yeah.
Christians,
Mm-hmm.
but people that don't believe, you are probably going to be the one and only Bible that they read,
Mm-hmm.
air quotes. So if I'm going to be the one and only Christian that someone from the world comes across,
Mm-hmm.
what version of Jesus are they going to leave with? Are they going to see a judgmental and condemning, you're going to go to hell Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they going to see the Jesus that is a loving savior, and that no matter your past,
Mm-hmm.
you have hope if you just turn to him?
Do you feel like you are more intentional with that? Like
Oh, 100%.
now that you're a little wiser and older.
I don't know about wiser,
Yeah, I mean we're
but
and
like,
that's why we're doing this because we're reflecting on past things that, oh man, I could have done this and now we learned from it and
yeah,
now we can give people tips, advice,
yeah, yeah. I would say,
reflect on it.
yeah. I guess
Yeah.
it just for me, it feels weird to say, let me share my wisdom type of thing.
No, that's not what
For
I'm
me,
saying.
no, I know it's
Mm-hmm.
just me. More of, hey, I have made some mistakes, and I hope you can learn from them,
Mm-hmm.
so that you don't, fall in the same holes that I did.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, babe? When you turned 40,
Oh man, it was hard.
what did you feel?
Um,
What went through your mind?
I to be honest, I felt like time was running out for me. Like I turned 40 and I'm like, holy moly, I'm not 39 anymore. I'm not in my 30s anymore. And honestly, I was very sad. Um, a little blue. Like, I think I even told you, like, after work one day, we were laying in bed, and I told you, I feel like my time is running out. And you're like, what?
Oh
Como
yeah,
que? It's a weird thing to say.
for sure.
Um, but that's how I felt. Like, okay, I'm already 40. Like, next thing you know, I'm going to be 60, 80, and it's going to snap of a finger like Thanos, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It comes that quick,
Mm-hmm.
literally. So yeah, I was a little bit sad. I did have a lot of regrets too, like, oh my gosh, my kids are also getting older. I could have done so much more with them, not been so mad or tired. Um, and also like thinking about our parents, like our moms are getting older, and also, I mean, if we feel a certain way, I can't imagine them like, health wise, like thinking it was just a mixture of all these feelings. But yeah, I think most of it was sadness. And I snapped out of that like a month later or something. I was like, you know what? Okay, I can't keep living in the past and be like, okay, I didn't do it, this, etc. Okay, let's move on. What can we do now to make it better? So I feel like I've been more intentional, like with my relationship with my our boys. Um, I feel like my relationship with our oldest has been a lot better these past months than from what it was in the beginning of the year or even last year, a couple of years ago. Um, so just being intentional. I feel like intentionality is my word now. Like you have to be intentional because yeah, life goes by so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, um, reevaluating, reevaluating a lot of things too. Like I'm more like mellow, like nonchalant, like I'm not gonna make a big deal. Like, is it worth it if the kitchen isn't clean? I'm not saying like filthy,
Yeah.
like, but I'm not gonna stress myself if I didn't clean the floor today. If the laundry basket is like overflowing, like I'm not gonna stress myself out. Like I feel like I want more peace than chaos. So I know there's been some changes too with our friendships. I feel like anyone that is drama, it's like I don't want to be part of that.
Mm.
Like, no thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have fun.
Yeah.
I want to live the best life.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that a little
Mm-hmm.
later. So yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Nice. All right, all. Let's dive in.
Mhm.
I guess I'll kick it off. I have some bullet points, and in no specific order. This is just the way they were like popping up in my mind. Reflections at 40. Number 1. No storm lasts forever. No matter how bad it seems at the time, it does get better eventually. A couple of things that I can think of is, for example, we were very young parents. We became parents at 20 and 21.
Mhm.
We had Alec at 20 and then Jello at 21. So it was hard. Mind you, this is at a time when where in the year before, my dad had left the house with his, you know, with his partner, with his side chick, whatever. Um, so it was a tough time, man. It
Mhm.
really was. There was moments when, I was trying to get better jobs, and for whatever reason,
Mhm.
in the moment, it seemed like there was no light at the end of the tunnel. We would run out of money all the time. Like, we didn't have money to have fun. We literally just had money to buy diapers and formula and clothes for the kids and groceries, and that's about it, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of hot dogs and ramen moments. There was times when we didn't get paid till Friday, but it's Monday and we're running out of formula, and there's only a couple of diapers in the bin,
Mhm.
and who knows what we're gonna do to make it. But you know what? Somehow, some way, we made it.
Yep.
There was moments that I can think of when our marriage wasn't the greatest, our relationship wasn't the greatest. Multiple times, it seemed like a crazy storm. It seemed like we're not gonna make it.
Mhm.
It seemed like divorce is definitely on the table. Um, so I remember when you first got diagnosed with thyroid cancer. That storm was crazy. Like, when you first called me, I'll never forget that phone call.
Yeah.
We were living at the Canyon Sage house,
Mhm.
and I was
Mhm.
walking upstairs when you called me, and you were like crying in a way that I had never heard you cry before.
Mhm.
And you told me the diagnosis. I remember hanging up the phone and immediately getting on my hands and knees and praying,
Mhm.
like, God, what the heck?
Yeah.
Um, Looking back, we can smile at all those moments because I feel like everything. So this is Romans 9:28. For
Mhm.
those who love God, all things work together for good.
Mm.
And it's like a muscle that God is helping you work,
Yeah.
where he's building your character, he's building your resilience, he's building um your steadfastness. In James it talks about remain steadfast and be joyful, brothers, when you go through various trials and tribulations.
Mm.
So there are, now mind you, the asterisk there is, for those who love God, all things work together for good.
Mm.
So as long as you're under God and submitted to him and seeking his will in your life and everything like that, when you're going through something, you're not alone, man.
Yeah.
you know there's times when it feels like you're alone, Look at Jonah when he was in the whale, and there's a lot of biblical references for that. But it's really just, hey, no storm lasts forever. When you're going through it, it feels so dark. It feels hopeless sometimes. It feels like the worst of the worst. But you do come out of it stronger, better. And sometimes days later, sometimes years later, but eventually you do
Eventually.
learn why God put you through that storm.
Yep.
You want to go next or?
Yeah, no. Yeah, like you said, it's been now we can look back at it and be like, dang, like what what kind of person have I become due to that struggle? Like I'm a stronger person.
Mm,
Now I know that if I'm going through the valley, like the first thing I'm gonna do is go to Jesus, like right away.
mm-hmm,
Because I think we kind of talked about it too, or you mentioned it earlier, where a lot of those struggles and heartaches were because we were trying to do things on our own
mm,
strength. When it's like, no, like come to me.
yeah.
And sometimes we feel like we're in a dark hole and we can't get out of it. And sometimes we feel like I can't hear his voice. I think we had a lot of those times too. Especially you would say, I can't hear his voice. Like I want to be one of those people that hears his whisper, his voice,
Mm-hmm,
and you wouldn't. But I know he talks to everyone differently.
mm-hmm,
Este, so yeah, I think looking back and I feel like personally, like I've gone through a lot of stuff,
stuff.
stuff,
I love that.
and um, yeah, it's made us a stronger. It's made us stronger, um, people, parents. You know, in our relationship, our marriage, it's made it stronger. Our relationship with our kids, it's made it stronger. So yeah, those storms pass. It might, if you're going through a storm right now, it might not feel like it, but know that God is sitting there right next to you, even though you don't hear him or feel him. He's there.
Yep.
So yeah.
As Roman says, for those who love God.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you are walking with God, seeking his voice, seeking his guidance in your life,
Mm-hmm.
you're you're in good company, dude. Psalm 23, right? For I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for your rod and your staff comfort me. You know, walking with him, knowing that you're not alone. And yes, it sounds cliche when you're going through it. Nobody wants to hear when you're dead in the middle of the storm, when you are absolutely right smack in the middle of it and
Mm-hmm.
your boat's about to be torn to shreds by the crazy 50-foot waves that are blasting you. The last thing you want to hear is, well, brother, well, sister,
Mm.
you know, God God gives his strongest battles to his strongest soldiers.
Well, that's not. That's nowhere in the Bible.
Or, hey, the strongest swords get put through the hottest fire. That's the last thing you want to hear when you're going through it. And please forgive any, Christian or
I,
church
I
person that,
I like the accent.
I'm just whatever. Please forgive them. Their heart's probably in the right place. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Their
Yeah.
heart's probably in the right place, but bro, that's not the that's not the time.
Honestly, I feel like when people don't know what to say, they just say it just to say something,
Yeah.
not thinking like.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's you don't
Yeah.
say anything. Just be
Yeah.
there for the person.
Yeah.
That's it.
So side point,
Aside.
point aside, if you have nothing to say to someone that's going through it, just say, "Hey man, I'm here for you."
Mm-hmm.
Don't say something dumb, cuz we all it's like, dude, like that's unnecessary. Like just be here with me.
Yeah.
I have no if my homie's going through it, I have no problem just sitting there in silence.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes your presence is all that the person needs.
Yep.
They don't need to hear anything, dude. Just, hey, man, I'm here for you, bro. We don't have to talk.
Yeah.
Let's just.
I don't want to hear all you know. Like, no me importa todo lo que sepas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you might be a studious person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care how much you know.
Yeah.
Just be there for me.
Until I know how much you care.
Right.
Yep. So.
Okay, I'm going to read a verse.
Mm-hmm.
It's Isaiah 54:17. I don't know if you already covered it, but it says, "No weapon that is fashioned against you shall succeed, and you shall refute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their vindication from me, declares the Lord."
Come on.
Yeah.
No weapon formed against you will prosper.
Right. And we always tell that to our boys. We always pray that over our boys, our family.
Yeah.
No weapon. As long as you believe in him,
Mm-hmm.
nothing will come against you.
That's right, man. Stay under him. Stay seeking his will and his presence, and you'll be all right. Everything will be good.
Yep.
Okay. On top of that, because you mentioned, we were trying to do things in our strength versus seeking, giving it over to God and saying, "Hey, Lord, I'm not strong enough for this."
Yeah.
That was another point that I put. So I'll just knock that one out now. It's I put stop trying to control.
Yeah.
Stop trying to control. Period. I put faith and fear cannot coexist, and wanting to control, at the root of control is fear, because you're fearing that if you don't have your hands on the wheel, then things are going to fall apart. And we can go down the, psychology of that, where as little kids we felt, unsafe in our homes, and we had no control over situations, and it was a very unpredictable environment, and which is all valid and all true.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of adult control freaks develop. That
Well,
root.
not control freaks. I mean, that's a.
Well, you know what I mean,
word.
right? Like
Yeah.
people that love control.
Yeah.
So stop trying to control. Faith and fear cannot coexist. God can and will do a better job than you. Biggest lesson learned for me is with my boys. In that,
Yeah.
it's, as parents, we want the best for our kids, and a lot of times we were trying to control outcomes to help them, and it turns out that that's not always wise. Sometimes you have to let go and let God, literally. As cliche as it sounds, dear listener, letting go and letting God is very healthy. You do your part. Don't get me wrong. It's not just, hey, Lord, I'm going to lay here on my bed and, just bills are going to magically pay themselves. And it's like, no, we have to be like David. We have to do our part. We have to get into the battlefield. We have to pick up the stones. We have to master our craft of battle, of war, of slinging that slingshot and killing those bears and lions with our bare hands. Like, we have to master what we can.
Yep.
And then allow God to do what he does. Because if you remember, David said, confronting Goliath, "You come at me with swords and spears, but I come at you in the name of the Lord." David didn't flex, "I've been training for this my whole life. I have killed lions and bears with my bare hands." Yes, he said that to King Saul, but he didn't say it to Goliath. To Goliath himself, he just flexed, "Hey man, God is with me.
Yep.
And he's going to give me victory." So, what does that mean? It means let go and let God. You do your part, and God will do his part. You are not God. Let go of the situations that you have no control over. We can do another parenting episode on that, but yeah, there are situations that you just cannot control, man, and you have to pray.
Yeah.
Now, the harder, in my opinion, the harder you're trying to control something, the less faith you have in God that He can take care of it.
Mm.
Why? Because I learned that the hard way, fellas and ladies, fellets, whatever, homies, homie G's, and everything. Uh, let go and let God. Okay, you wanna go?
Yeah, no. I think to cover a little bit on that control part, like I think it took me a very long time. Um and not to dwell on it a lot, but um it was very hard to give that control of to God with our boys, like myself, because I struggled with control. So when you say let go and let God, it's not just one area, two areas of your life. It's all of it. Like you can't be like, well, pick and choose. No. Like it has to be completely surrender and give God all that control.
Mm-hmm.
Cuz then, I feel like we're kind of blocking those blessings too, and we're not letting God do his miracles, his blessings in our life because we're blocking it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay.
hmm
Next point that I had, or do you want to go over a point that you had?
Um, I feel like health too. It's
Mm.
been a big one with hitting 40. um, and I think I've talked about it previously, but I've always been a thin person. Like I've always was super thin. I struggled to gain weight in school. Um, and until I had my boys is when I gained a little bit of weight, that baby weight, and I loved it because I was like, dang, like I finally feel like I don't look like a little girl.
Te rellenaste.
Yeah. Um. So turning 40, there's more of a you can't sleep on a certain pillow because you wake up with your neck
Help!
hurting like a pinched nerve.
My back.
Yeah. Or like I can't
It's
sleep
so
on my
true.
side because then like my shoulder or my waist are aching and I'm like, no manches, like are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now I have to sleep with a pillow between my legs or I can't sleep on my side. So those little things like puts things into perspective where I would remember hearing your mom like, well, it's not the same. And at first I didn't understand like, what do you mean it's not the same? Like, and now that I'm feeling these little aches and pains, it's like, holy moly, like that's what she was talking about. That you have to be you have to be careful now. Like, make sure I wake up 15, 20 minutes earlier so I can stretch, do like a lymphatic jump. Este, so yeah, being very intentional with my health too. I mean, I've had past health issues, so it's like, why do I have to wait till I'm a certain age or for a health scare to happen for me to take my health seriously? It's like, no, bro. But unfortunately, taught, we're not educated in school, or sometimes our parents, out of ignorance, like they don't teach us about eating healthy, about exercising. Like, yeah, you exercise in school, but once you're out of school, it's like, do you continue that? It has to be a lifestyle, a habit. So I feel like recently we've been going to the gym, you and I,
I
and
felt
we're
great, by
boring.
the way.
Yeah, we wake up super early, like what 4 or 5 in the morning before we go to work out, come home, get ready for work, um, and sleeping early too. Like that also
Sleep
sleep
is
is
king.
crucial. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like it's not like before where you can sleep at 2 in the morning and then wake up at 6 and you're fine. Like
Yeah.
now it's like I can't think if I don't have
For real.
7, 8 hours of sleep, I cannot function. So intentionality with that as well. And I know there's a quote, um, 1 Corinthians 6:19-20. It says, "Or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, for you were bought with a price. So glorify God in your body." So that you are not your own, for you were bought with a price. Like, God gave his only son for our sins, and we're not going to treat our body respectfully. We have to treat it well. We have to take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're just like, pues, I had that mindset too growing up. Like, well, I'm skinny. I can eat whatever I want because I wouldn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So no, like you have to take care of it, and not just eating or exercising. You also have to, like, sexual impurity, like sexual too
Immorality
immorality. There you go.
and impurity. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
that.
huge. You know what's funny, babe, is
Mm-hmm.
that you mentioned that verse. A lot of people, a lot of old, I feel like a lot of maybe more old school folks
Mm-hmm.
will point like, oh, your body's a temple. Like, you're not supposed to get tattoos and you're not supposed to get a nose piercing and you're not supposed
Mm.
to, because, like, dude, ain't nobody going to hell because of a tattoo.
Mm.
Ain't nobody going to hell because of a nose piercing.
I think Christine Kane covered that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christine Kane, like,
Yeah.
shout out Christine Kane. I don't know if she'll ever listen to this, but,
Yeah.
and if you're listening to this, you need to follow Christine Kane, man. And you need to, like, dive into some of the things that she has.
She's fire.
She is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Like, Jesus paid the price, and if we put a tattoo on our body and that sends us to hell, then that means that our actions, our works,
Mm.
determines our salvation. And we all know our works do not determine our salvation.
Mm. Okay. Yep.
But to the people that are now, does that mean cover yourself from head to toe in tattoos? I mean, that's up to you. But does it send you to hell? No. But it's like, hey, everybody, these guys are talking about tattoos and nose piercings, but they don't talk about obesity.
Mm.
Gluttony is a sin.
Yeah.
So before y'all start pointing fingers at sins that you can see other people do, hey man, if you're 800 pounds because you can't stop eating, but you're judging other people's sins because it's visible, might want to pull back that index finger and check yourself. Anyways, off the soapbox. Okay.
So yeah, I
So
think
your health is wealth.
health. Yeah, it's got to take care of it. Get educated. Make sure you're taking care of your body, of yourself. Yeah.
Yep. So don't be a glutton. Take care of your body. Take care of your health. Work out. Be healthy. Honor the Lord with what He blessed you with.
Mm-hmm.
It's I saw a post that said you're only lazy to go to the gym because you don't know what it's like to not have the ability to. As in, if you're handicapped.
Yeah.
So, like, can you imagine a handicapped person giving an excuse of like, oh, it's because I'm out of shape because I'm too lazy to go to the gym? And a handicapped person could be like, dude, what wouldn't I give just for the ability
Mm-hmm.
to just walk, So it's like the things that you take for granted. So on health, let's move on to mental health. It's another bullet point that I had is mental health is real. Protect your mind and learn to process emotions. So take care of your mental health, ladies and gentlemen. As a reflection of a 40-year-old is, amen, life is too short. Ain't nobody got time for drama. Ain't nobody got time for gossip. Ain't nobody got time for, focusing so much on what other people are doing with their lives that you're over here, gossiping your butt off, which, by the way, is a sin.
There's
Um,
a lot of that at work. Well, I mean, everywhere. At
everywhere.
church.
Yeah,
Church, too.
even church
It's
gossips, man.
like, really?
Yeah, it's like, bro,
It's not high school.
ain't nobody. Yeah.
Like,
So take care of your mental health. Watch your circle. You know,
mm-hmm.
iron sharpens iron. It's a proverb. So as just as iron sharpens iron, so a man should sharpen another. So look at your circle and evaluate. Like, does your top 5 add value to your life?
Yeah.
Do they make you a better person? Do they make you a better man, a better woman? Do they get you closer to God, or do they get you farther away from God? Do their actions and their words and their attitudes get you closer to God or farther away from God?
Hmm.
Do When you leave that circle, do you feel drained, or do you feel like they added value to you?
Yeah.
That's a telltale sign of maybe you should reevaluate who your circle is. Maybe you should reevaluate who you're letting influence you. Whether you like it or not, and this is a fact, Google it, check me on it. Ask ChatGPT. You are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most.
Oof.
You can pause this episode right now and do some math. Look at the top 5 people you hang out with. Take the average salaries of those people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to land pretty accurately to your salary.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the mental attitude and just their outlook in life. Average it out, and that's probably where you're at.
Dang.
You can't throw a healthy apple into a basket of rotten apples and expect the healthy apple to turn all the rotten ones healthy all of a sudden.
Mm.
You throw a healthy apple into a basket of rotten apples, it's only
It's
a
gonna
matter of
become.
time before the healthy apple rots.
Yep.
And if you're the healthy apple and you don't like, just how you feel, how you think, like your mental, you know, state when
Mm-hmm.
you leave that group, if I was you, I would say deuces, man.
Really quick, I saw this quote that said, I'm like, dang, you're seeking validation from a world that crucified a perfect man.
Ooh.
Again, you're seeking validation from a world that crucified a perfect man.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
For you, fresh out of high school, young 20 somethings, shoot, whatever age, this really doesn't, it applies to everybody. The only person whose validation you should be seeking is the Lord's.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, does my life glorify you? Are you proud of what I'm doing, Lord? Are my life decisions putting a smile on your face?
Oof.
And if the answer is no, or if you don't know, well, stop and ask, Lord, is this even something you want me to do? Is this where you want me to go? Because trust me, man, we've been down the road where we're trying to do it all on our own, and it ain't it. Trust me, it's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you money. Your family's going to suffer because that's not what God wanted for you in the first place. Then
Yeah.
you wonder why you're all freaking frustrated and mad and like, it's like, learn the difference. Okay, so here's another point. Learn the difference as early as possible. Shoot, high school. Learn the difference between earthly ambition
Mm.
and godly ambition.
Mm. Okay.
I'm going to say it again. Learn the difference between earthly ambition and godly ambition. What you want, that idea you have, that business opportunity, what have you. Is it something that God wants you to do? Or is it your ambition that you want to go after it? And now you just want God to put his stamp of approval over it because it's something that you want versus something that you asked God if it's okay for you to do. Remember that not everything that shines is gold.
Mm.
Okay.
Yep.
Life is too short. Another point. Life is too short to sweat the little things. So look, man, there comes a point where you're like, man, is this even worth it? You know?
Yeah.
And look at just a lot of things. So for me, for example, a perfect example is I stopped trying to police traffic. And this is my vulnerable moment. I
Oh.
have struggled with road rage. I have been the dude tailgating the slowpoke on the far left lane.
Mm. Just the face that I just made art.
Yeah.
To art.
Yep.
So you're one of them.
I
I'm
have
just
been that guy. And it's
no.
like, dude, get out of the left lane. The left lane is to pass. And, I want to teach them a lesson. And as soon as they move over, like I cut them off and I
Mm.
slam my brakes. Or like if they're tailgating me and they're like right on my butt
Mm-hmm.
and I already moved, but they're just being dumb with me.
Yeah.
I'm over here, slamming brakes. And first of all, dude, now you don't even know what's going to happen. There's all these Edgars out there running around with guns,
Mm-hmm.
and they clearly don't think, and you don't want to end up on FitFam for dumb decisions. And it's like, if I brake check this person, is it going to change their driving habits truly? No. Did one person say, man, you know what? 30 years ago, that one person brake checked me and that changed my driving life forever?
Mm.
Nope. They're just going to keep on doing it. So why even bother? You know? If I want to change people's driving habits so bad, I should become a cop. And I
Well,
definitely don't want to
not
be a
even
cop. So,
cops don't.
well, you
They're
know what I mean,
just
right?
yeah.
So it's just like,
Arrest people.
man, just mind your own business, dude. Like it's not that deep. Like just get to work safe, get to your family safe. That person's gonna end up crashing or just something
Mm.
because they're driving horribly. And I can't be that part. Like, stop being petty, in other words.
Right.
This is me talking to young Art, all right? And hopefully a lot of you. So just don't sweat the little things, man. Like the person cut you off in the grocery store. More than likely they didn't even do it on purpose. Don't take things so personal.
You never know what people are going through.
Yeah.
Like, does it make it right? No, of course not.
You don't know where you don't know what people are going through. Like get good at giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, does it really matter that person cut you off, that lady gave you a nasty look, that the coworker whispered something again, like, and you think it's about you? Like, dude, really doesn't
Pray over
matter,
them.
man. Those people don't pay your bills. All that matters,
Pray for them. Yeah.
just pray for them, bro. Like, really, you know, get good at praying for people that you disagree with,
Yeah.
or that people that tick you off. Pray for. I mean, that's what Jesus says to do. Pray for your enemies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not that they're your enemy, but if Jesus is telling you to pray for an enemy, which is someone that you know, why not pray for someone that upset you? Because you never know what they're going through.
Right.
Anyways,
Yep.
life is too short. Just don't sweat the small stuff.
It is.
Let it go.
Let
Let it go. And that's all I know. Okay. Another bullet point. The dollar bill / career is not worth your family. It's not worth the cost of your family.
Yeah.
And this I say from personal experience. In our young 20s, we were chasing a dream. We were chasing a business. We were trying to get rich. We were trying to, build this extravagant lifestyle, and we were, and we saw success.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we were chasing a dream that is unattainable.
Yeah.
People are, we saw it
Some people.
possible.
Yeah.
We saw what was achievable, and we saw very successful business people, and we surrounded ourselves. I'm still half and half with it. I was having a conversation with a good friend earlier,
Mm.
and I'm still half and half with it. Half of me is thankful for that season of my life because I needed to meet real men. And yes, I met a lot of real men that helped mold me in who I am today. And for that, I'm forever grateful.
Yeah.
I needed a good male role model in my life, and God blessed me with multiple through this business venture. The other side, the other half of me regrets chasing this lifestyle because it came at the cost of not spending time with my boys.
Yeah.
We were always dropping them off for meetings. And oh, now you're gonna go with grandma. Now you're gonna go with your other grandma. Now you're gonna go with your tia. Now you're gonna go with here. Now you're gonna go there. Like we were dropping them off left and right, man. We're just to have another meeting, have another meeting, have another sale, have another this, have another that.
Yeah.
And at what cost?
It was so hard.
And now it's like, dude, I regret that so bad, man. I should have been taking vacations. I should have been, you
Mm-hmm.
know, going to Ruidoso, even if it's a small little trip, even if it's just a 2 hour drive to Balmaria
Mm-hmm.
Lake, whatever. Like just making memories, man.
Yeah.
Um, we and FYI, we've healed this part. We've talked to our boys. I've asked them for forgiveness for that, for always just and they don't. They said themselves they do not hold it against us. They
Mm-hmm.
know that we were just trying to literally get out of the not the ghetto, but
Our oldest one, I think, just recently told us
yeah,
that.
out of the
Yeah.
hood.
Yeah.
We were just trying to have to provide the
Something better.
best, just to provide the best life
Right.
for them,
Yeah.
and I always wanted to make them proud.
Right.
I always had that in the back of my mind. It's like I want to make my boys proud. I want my boys to look at me and say, man, that's my dad. Like I'm proud of my dad. Like
Mm.
heck yeah. You can point across the room to the group of your friends and be like, oh look, that's my dad right there. Like I'm so proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about you with pride versus embarrassment.
Right.
Of like, ugh, who's that loser walking down over here? Like, oh yeah, I don't know that guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's those things. But anyways, don't put your career over your family, man. It is not worth it.
Yeah.
Going back to time, you cannot get time back.
No.
Your kids are only the age they are once. And yes, it's gonna sound cliche, but again, this is reflections of a 40-year-old. Time really does fly, dude.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, what the heck, babe? We have a 19-year-old and an 18-year-old just like that.
And they're about to. Our youngest is gonna
He's
graduate
gonna
in a few
graduate
days, and
high school,
he's the last one to be in school, and
and that's it.
that's it.
Just like
Yeah.
that, dude. Like, this week is gonna be the last week we ever drop him off to school
Yeah.
or pick him up from school or whatever. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just in a blink of an eye, bro. Boom.
Yeah.
So take that vacation, guys. Now, word of caution, we're not telling you to get into debt up to your eyeballs, trying to travel the world because Art and Natalie said, spend time with your family. Like, thanks, Art and
I'm
Nat.
gonna quit my job because I need to travel.
Right, like, hey,
No, guys.
you guys told me to enjoy my kids, so I quit my job and we're getting evicted. No,
Right.
that's not what we're saying. It's just be smart, obviously. But
Mhm.
look, man, if it's between your job and spending time with your kids, I guarantee you the job ain't all that, man. Because at the end of the day, do you trust the dollar bill or do you trust the Lord?
Yeah. And
That's gonna provide, right?
honestly, that's what I told Art once, like, um, when I was going through my sadness of, man, I could have done this. I told him that if I had the opportunity to not work when our boys were young, I would have not worked. Like, we would have managed, we would have figured it out. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to work because I want to be there for them. I want to take them to school. I want to make sure that they're well taken care of. So, that's one thing that, guys, if you're up in, you're deciding you just had a baby and you're deciding, well, should I go back to work or should I start working? It's like, me, obviously, if, finances are really not well and you have to get out of debt, well, yeah, do it. Get out of debt. Eat beans, beans and rice and beans. Nothing's going to happen. But if you have the opportunity to stay home, do it. Raise your kids. You have that control of educating them however you want,
Mm-hmm.
biblically. So yeah.
This is a fact
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to children that by the time your child is 7 years old, the character that they have is their character for life. So you have that small window to instill in your children
Mm-hmm.
everything that they're going to be. So if you're going to be dropping them off with someone, with a stranger at daycare, you have no idea what kind of mindset is being poured into your child.
Yeah.
So, and again, we're not coming at you guys from a position of working is bad. We worked. We did everything that we needed to provide,
Yeah.
and we had to drop them off everywhere in order to put food on the table. Whereas,
Everywhere, not everywhere, literally, but with our family.
yeah, family,
Yeah.
no, like loved ones, and
Mm-hmm.
and even there, man, there's, sometimes your family member isn't who you think they are,
Yeah.
and they're skeletons in the closet, and they can bully your kid or something. So just be careful. All we're saying is, if we can do it again, if we could do it all over, if
Yeah.
we woke up tomorrow and all of a sudden we're 21 years old again, we would do it much different.
Yeah.
I would get two
Definitely.
jobs. I would figure it out, but we would not be doing the daycare thing no more. We wouldn't be, hey mom, can you take? Nope.
Yeah.
We're raising our kids. Okay, so, mm, why did I put work and career? Oh, some jobs, some jobs require you to work, like, let's say 1 week on and 1 week off, or maybe you have to work and leave for 6 months and then you come back for 6 months or whatever.
Mm.
Dude, yes, you might be making good money, but again, you don't want to be caught in a position where all of a sudden your kids are teenagers and they don't respect you
Yeah.
because you don't
Yeah.
have a relationship with them.
You were never there.
You were not there.
Yeah.
And then you come home as a dad, for example, and you're like, hey, like, stop talking to your mom like that. They're going to be like, who are you to
Yeah.
tell me anything? You're never here.
Yep.
You don't spend time with me. You don't know about my life. You don't know, this and that. You're always at work. You love your job more than you love me.
Mm.
Don't be in that position. So if
Yeah.
you can figure out a way to make the bread you're making in something else that doesn't require such a time commitment,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's why I put it. Okay. Any other point that you want to?
No, mine was pretty to the point.
Okay.
Right to the point.
Okay.
I know I have some questions that I would, or before I ask the questions that you and I will be talking about or answering, there was something that I saw really quick. I wanted to read it. The real luxuries in life. This is a little quote or little thing that I saw on um, social media. Time, health, a quiet mind, slow mornings, ability to travel, rest without guilt, very important. A good night's sleep, 8+ hours.
Mm-hmm.
Calm and boring, quote unquote, days, meaningful conversations, home cooked meals to eat with your loved ones, and not no electronics on the table. People you love, people who love you back. Those are the real luxuries in life once you turn a certain age.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
A gazillion percent. What does it matter to have a mansion if your kids don't love you and respect you?
Yep. Your life is falling apart.
Yeah. You have a Maserati and a Lamborghini in your garage. Oh, congratulations. But your wife doesn't love you and she cheats on you all the time. Or
Or the man cheats on.
or the man cheats on her or whatever,
Yeah.
like, um,
That's kind of
you have all this,
hard.
you have all this money in the
Strong.
bank and your
Mm.
kid's addicted to drugs because he doesn't know how to get his father or mother's attention.
Mm.
So they feel they're silently crying out for help,
Mm.
and with hanging out with the wrong crowd because you're too busy to care about who they hang out with. So I'm telling you, man, it ain't all that.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, 100%, babe. That is the real luxury.
Can I?
Couple more points,
You,
and
you have more couple points?
just two. First one: seek God's plan and His will in your life
Mm-hmm.
every time, all the time. Proverbs 16:9: the heart of man plans his way, but the Lord guides his steps.
Mm.
Trust me, man. The younger you can adopt this, the better. Seek God's plan for your life,
Mm-hmm. For all your decisions.
for all your decisions, dude. If you're not doing God's will, it's literally a waste of time. Like, the sooner you can get in alignment with God, like, Lord, what do you want me to do? And do that, you're going to be in excellent shape. And the last point that I had is you can break all generational curses.
Yeah.
From you down, you have the power. As God can make things new. Revelation 21:5.
Yeah.
So as again, as long as you love the Lord with all your heart and you're seeking a relationship with God and you're being intentional and Lord, like, help me,
Mm-hmm.
uh he will help you break any curses that come before you.
Yeah.
Whether it's a curse of divorce, a curse of adultery, a curse of being broke, a curse of government dependence, a curse of alcoholism and drugs and
Now, actually, these
whatever.
are generational curses that I think we've broken in our
We've
family:
we've broken all that.
adultery, divorce,
Mm-hmm.
alcoholism, drugs, sexual abuse, like all that stuff.
Yep.
And our kids, our grandchildren, their children are going to live a way better life because we went through the valleys and we stuck through it. Like we fought we
We said it ends here.
yeah.
What's that movie? It ends with us.
Oh, I don't know. That's yeah.
I
But
mean,
I
I'm not
don't.
I'm not saying for the movie, just the
Yeah.
title, you know?
Oh, okay, okay. I
Yeah,
was like, yeah,
just
no.
the title. It ends with us.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, you can make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
Philippians 4:13, I can do anything, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Yeah.
And if you are listening to this, I 100% believe God has equipped you to break those curses. Get with him and he will help you.
Yes. I have two questions I would like for us to answer.
Okay?
One of them is, what do I want my life to feel like, not just look like?
You first.
I don't know why I automatically thought the beach, like laying in the sand and just, uh, if I can be a beach bum as a job, that would be me. But yeah, just peace of mind. Peace, like have no worry. Um, like I just peace is like the big one for me. Like I don't want it, like you said. Um, yeah, we can have expensive cars, we can have a big house, but if I don't have peace, if I don't have the love of my family, like that's not life for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is what I want it to feel like.
And when you asked that question, by the way, I didn't know what question you were going to ask.
True.
I felt it, the word that came to mind when you asked the question is
Mm-hmm.
that peace.
Peace. Yeah.
I want it to feel like peace.
Yeah.
I want to have I want it to feel like I owe nobody a dime. I don't owe anybody anything. There's money in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
our boys are taken care of. God willing, if he decides to bless us with grandkids, they all love us to death.
Our
And
house would be the hangout.
our house would be the hangout
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
where everybody wants to come over.
Yeah.
And we have amazing friends, an amazing family that loves us. That's what it feels like.
That's good.
Second question
What
to wrap up.
what have I survived that I rarely give myself credit to? Myself credit for. Yeah.
What have I survived that I. Okay, you go first.
I answered the first question first.
Okay. So, what have I survived that I rarely give myself credit for? Oh, gosh.
It's deep. So I'm not expecting you to like quick answer. No. Think
No,
about it.
but we're also running out of time. Um,
Okay. Just so you can keep thinking, I'll answer it. When I saw survived to me was like, what have you I, I asked myself, what have you gone through that you've came out like on top, like you've overcame? Um, so mine was, I don't think credit, but I do give myself like grace and I give myself love and um that hey, like maybe your parents weren't the perfect parents. I don't think anyone's parents are perfect, but now I know that they were loving us. They did whatever they did. That's all they knew. Like, um, but now that I'm a parent, I'm not gonna be that to my kids. I can give them hugs. I can say I love you without expecting anything in return. Um, that hey, like even though you didn't receive that, you can learn. You can learn it, and you're a good parent. Like you did good. I feel I feel like I don't give myself credit for. I know I can be very hard on myself. So like hey, you're not perfect either, but you're learning and you're you became or you're so becoming a better mom, wife for your family. So I think that
how funny. I was considering the same.
you're just copying me.
No,
I'm just kidding.
legit. Because my dad divorced my mom, my grandpa divorced my grandma, and my great grandpa divorced my great grandma. I don't know after that. I haven't gotten answers to that question. But so we know that 3 generations above me, there was divorce and there was adultery. And I've broken that. Well, God's broken that through me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard for me. I'm not comfortable in saying like I give myself credit for that. Like, man, glory to God, dude. God did it, you know?
Yeah.
I was just willing to listen. I was just
Mm.
willing to submit to the Lord.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I am a first generation Christian. You're a first generation Christian.
Oh yeah. Oh.
So that, it's that from us down, we have changed our legacy. We have changed the direction of our family. We know we're going to go to heaven. We know our boys are gonna go to heaven, and God willing, their kids also, and go from there.
Yeah.
It ended with us, all the bad things, you know. So
Amen.
as a husband, I feel like, um, I mean, I'm not husband of the year, but
You're very intentional. That's one thing, and I think I've said it before, where you are very, like, no se te cierra el mundo, and you're a go-getter. Like, you want to you're always wanting to become a better person, better husband, better son, better father, better coworker. Like, you're always striving for more and the best.
oh, thanks, babe.
So I know you're not perfect. I'm not perfect, but that's one thing that I admire from you, that you're a go-getter.
Thank you,
He
thank you, Mama.
Yeah.
That means a lot. Husband and then father too. I like the dad that I am. Obviously, I could look back and wish I didn't make mistake A, X, Y, and Z.
All right.
But
Same.
overall, I love, capital LOVE, love the relationship I have with my sons,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and
It's getting better,
only
and it's
gonna
gonna
and
get
it's
better.
only gonna get better. All right. Any other things before we wrap up?
No, thank you guys for. We want to say thank you to our listeners. Like, thank you for hanging on tight, not letting go. And I know it's been a minute, like Art said earlier, and we appreciate it. We love you all. And here's to more episodes, more consistently.
Bi-weekly episodes. No, for real,
So,
man. God truly has confirmed through several people
mhm.
that we need to continue.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Andre here, because he wrote on our wall, on our guest wall. He
Mhm.
said whether it's 10 or 10,000, someone is being fed.
Mm.
Thank you, bro. That that's just one of many confirmations that we've received recently, where it's like, holy moly, what are we doing, man? We need to like really be intentional with this. Stop being distracted and focus. Lock in.
Yep.
We locking in, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
bi-weekly.
Boop, boop.
Whether it's with a guest or not, it's coming.
It is.
And even sometimes we're gonna do 5-minute episodes because it's gonna be short, sweet, and to the point.
Yep.
And others, it's gonna go the way
2 hours.
y'all have loved. So either way, love y'all. Have a great one. Reflections of the new 30, because 40 is a new 30.
Ooh.
Let's go.
We look at you.
Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.